What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I hope everyone is healthy and well today. Welcome, all my new supporters. Today we'll be reacting to Where is America? Now, you guys know previously in last video, we checked out a video of someone basically explaining Europe. Now, I feel like that was a video specifically dedicated, for my American audience, considering that Americans, struggle learning about Europe and how it actually is. It's not a country, you know what I'm saying? It's a continent fulfilled with multiple countries and stuff. But today, I want to go ahead and react to this video right here. Highly, highly recommend it. Now, my Americans, you can't possibly mess this up. Like, you gotta know this. You like this your homeland. This is where you live in. You gotta know something. You know what I'm saying? All my Brits, please let me know in the comments down below. Do you actually happen to know where America is? And do you think you know more about America? Our map, geography, history. You think you just know more of it in general than like the average American? Please let me know in the comments down below. Please let me know your honest thoughts and opinions. Let's jump right into this, man. Original video link will be down below in the description.
America.
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 Americas.
Americans.
Americanos.
American.
Americano.
A merry-go-round.
Amerigo Vespucci.
An Italian.
Welcome to Map Men.
We're the men.
And here's the map. Map Men, Map Men, Map.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
The United States of America is a 5-word country.
States, United, the, and of are all self-explanatory, but the America part makes a lot less sense than you might think.
As we all know, America was discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1492.
And discovered is the right word because there definitely weren't people living there already.
And it was definitely him who discovered it, not the Chinese in 1421 or...
Discover for real. He wasn't really trying to... Nah, for real, why?
Definitely weren't people living there already.
And it was definitely him who discovered it, not the Chinese in 1421 or the Vikings around the year 1000. The China theory is heavily debated.
And it was definitely the United States of America he discovered in 1492, not some Caribbean islands.
Good to be clear.
But although Columbus had reached a new world, he never reached the realization he'd reached it.
He'd set out in search of an alternative route to the spices of the East Indies and wrongly thought he'd found one.
And so he named the Caribbean islands the West Indies because he'd sailed west to find them. Which is weird because if he thought about it and he had actually gone around the world and hit the East Indies, he'd have hit them on the east side, so he probably should have called them the East Indies. So if he had been right, the West Indies would today be on the eastern side of the Indies, which is ridiculous.
But Columbus wasn't the only European who'd had a 15th century midlife crisis that involved buying a massive boat and sailing west until he'd come to terms with his own mortality.
Just 1 year after Columbus first...
Oh, wait. Man. Stop playing. Bro, I love the way these two deliver the message.
Which is ridiculous.
This is
but
for
Columbus
me, man.
wasn't the only European who'd had a 15th century midlife crisis that involved buying a massive boat and sailing west until he'd come to terms with his own mortality.
Just 1 year after Columbus first reached the South American mainland, Italian explorer Amerigo Vespucci got there second.
But the crucial difference between Vespucci and Chris, as people in the voyaging business referred to him, is Vespucci did know he'd reached a brand new continent.
Oh, so he got there. You think after, like, he was the second one, so you think when he got there, he was like, I am the first to be here. And he wasn't.
People in the voyaging business referred to him, is Vespucci did know
He was really the third. Let's keep it a buck, because Christopher Columbus wasn't even first. He was the second one. We had people living there, All right. Yeah, a completely new undiscovered continent. It's not Asia.
Between Vespucci and Chris, as people in the voyaging business referred to him, is Vespucci did know he'd reached a brand new continent, and word soon spread of an exciting new world.
Hear ye, hear ye! There's a brand new continent we knew nothing about until now, full of gold and spices and exciting new vegetables!
Map makers...
You did this? You did this out in public, man? If I could like the video again, I would. I might just I can't even say the word. I might have to subscribe. Yo, I can't even say the word. I definitely got to subscribe now to the video. I got y'all. Yo, you did this in public, and the people out there are so unbothered. Everybody unbothered.
There's a brand new continent we knew nothing about until now, full of gold and spices and exciting new vegetables.
Mapmakers around the world set to work creating new and up-to-date world maps, each with their own dreadful renderings of the increasingly but still not very discovered continent.
Yeah.
One of these mapmakers was a German called Martin Waldseemüller, who in 1507 had all but finished his magnificent new world map. Except for one small detail: what to name the new continent everyone was talking about.
He very likely would have named it Columbia, after the widely agreed discoverer of the New World, Columbus. But Amerigo Vespucci had some very clever PR people who were falsifying documents and spreading lies about exactly when he'd reached the New World.
And these lies must have reached the ears of Martin Waldseemüller.
You're listening to the Vespucci Hour on Explorer FM.
Amerigo, he got there first.
Because he made the fateful decision to label the new continent America.
Latin for Amerigo.
Waldseemüller published his map complete with an unnecessarily long Latin title.
Complete map following of Ptolemy, the tradition, and of Amerigo Vespucci, of others, also the illustrations.
If you zoom into his map and look carefully, you can see the little word America in what we now call modern-day Brazil. It was the first time that made-up word had been used anywhere by anyone ever.
Nobody knows why Martin named it after Amerigo's fairly common first name rather than the Vespucci part. It's a bit like if I discovered...
Wait. Amerigo, who is that? Wait, I've always wondered who thought of America? And it's right here. Bro, just go to show I'm not a know-it-all either. Wait, because I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from this video. Wait a minute.
And look carefully, you can see the little word America in what we now call modern-day Brazil. It was the first time that made-up word had been used anywhere by anyone ever.
Nobody knows why Martin named it after Amerigo's fairly common first name rather...
Amerigo's fairly common first name. Why my camera doing that? Fairly common first name. Okay.
Anyone ever.
Nobody knows why Martin named it after Amerigo's fairly common first name rather than the Vespucci part. It's a bit like if I discovered a continent and they named it Markland instead of the more enticing sounding Cooper World Jonesania.
One part of the New World that Martin clearly didn't give much thought to was this bit up here, which he drew super small and super inaccurate.
So it may surprise you to learn the inhabitants of this area were the people who, centuries later, cared the most about this map.
Fast forward 500 years to the 90s. Throughout the 90s, the United States tried desperately to get their hands on Waldseemüller's map.
Because it contained the first use of the word America, the US considered it to be their birth certificate, not minding that it had actually been given to a different baby since they had no qualms about swapping babies even though they were now grown adults.
At the time, Waldseemüller's map was sitting in a drawer in the private collection of Prince Johannes zu Waldburg-Wolfegg und Waldsee in Germany.
They wanted it so much they paid $10 million for it, making Waldseemüller's map by far the most expensive map in history.
In 2007, the map finally earned its wrongful place on display in the United States Library of Congress. How a library was able to raise $10 million, we can only guess.
So how come America got to name itself America? You'd think that writing the Latin word America on Latin America would mean America should describe Latin America. So why is non-Latin USA allowed its A at all?
Part of the reason is that they achieved independence before any of the other 34 American countries.
In 1776, the 13 colonies that had been known as British America used their rifles to shotgun the name the United States of America.
Over time, the long name The United States of America got shortened to just America, which is how the English-speaking world almost exclusively refers to the United States today.
And as you might expect, or if you're an American, as you might never have given any thought to, this annoys a lot of people.
Whom does it annoy?
First, Latin America. In the Spanish-speaking world, the word America on its own always refers to the entire continent, and never the country, which they call
Los Estados Unidos.
They even set up a petition demanding Los Estados stop stealing their name and get a new one right now.
With 308 signatures, it's surely only a matter of time before America concedes.
Second, Canada. Canadians resent the USA arrogantly naming itself after their shared continent, but not as much as they resent being mistaken for Americans by people who can't tell their accents apart and confuse them with people who serve cheese out of a spray can.
Third, British people. Couldn't they just keep calling it British America? It had such a nice ring to it. If you're British.
I did not ever
Fourth,
know.
Chris Columbus.
Bro, I never ever knew it was called British America. What? Stop. I've been so deceived. I ain't never know it was called that. That's why when they said that at first, I didn't really pause because I was like, it's a joke. And at first I thought it was a joke. I let it go over my head. I don't think I wasn't paying attention. I was just like, British America, funny. I'm finding out that was really a thing. It was called British America? When? Bro. Yeah. Yo, this video right here is one of them ones. How y'all do this in 8 minutes?
Had such a nice ring to it, if you're British.
Fourth, Chris Columbus. If the Americans do insist on naming their continent after a European explorer, Columbus, lest we forget, was actually there before Amerigo Vespucci. As it is, Columbus had to settle for the US capital, a province of Canada, another country, countless other towns and cities, and a national holiday. Poor guy.
And lastly, Amerigo Vespucci himself, who died never knowing these new lands were to bear his name in so many confusing and overlapping ways.
So, if the United States of Americans did want to change their name, what on earth could they change it to? Any attempt at a rebrand would come with its own controversy, and of course it's hard to imagine patriotic Americans ever actually voting to be called anything else.
Even though it appears that the US Library of Congress spent $10 million...
I gotta see that list again. Some of these things was... Huh? Law and Order? Butter Dish? North of America? North of America? Turtle Island?
Voting to be called anything else.
Lincoln Land? Chad 3? Destiny Manifested? Have
Even
a
though
nice
it appears that
day?
the US Library of Congress spent $10 million on a map that suggests its country gave itself the wrong name, it looks like the USA of America will go on calling itself America for many years to come.
Classic America.
I don't even say America. I call it the United States. I don't say America. I do not say America, man. You know? I don't like when people refer to us as America. Just say the United States, to be super exact, you know? But hey, I be understanding. I do be understanding.
Looks like the USA of America will go on calling itself America for many years to come.
Classic America.
Oh, hi. I didn't notice you there.
Oh, he got me. I thought the video finished. I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't paying them bills. I thought the video was done. Hey, shout out to these two men, man. Original video link will be down below in the description. Thank you so much for joining me today to react to Where is America? This was interesting. This was much needed. All my Americans, let me know in the comments that you understand this lesson. Was it very helpful? I think personally it was, because I learned a lot. I mean, a tremendous amount of new things from this video. Stuff that we was never ever taught. It was never ever thought of or mentioned. You know, throughout our education system. You know, we were getting taught in schools. It was never mentioned in our classes. You know it. This right here was like a little deeper. It's like the education system in the US is a little like, it's not fully in depth. It kind of just skims it, you know? It kind of skims it. But when we're talking about as far as getting in depth, actually learning a little bit more and everything, we never, how I live in the United States of America and they ain't never teach us how we got the name America. You gotta be kidding me, bro. I just broke this headset a year ago and I just got a new one and I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop doing that before I lose this one too, man. It'd be my problem. I'll be running through headsets. You probably wonder, where's your AirPods? Gone. I got a problem, bro. You know, let's see how long these last. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on. All my Brits watching this video or anybody else coming from another country, let me know in the comments. Were you aware of this information already? Yeah, Strac, we actually was taught this as... Watch. Let me know, please, in the comments. Did you already know about this stuff? You probably looking at me like, I can't believe he's just now learning this, you know? We didn't even get taught about the other guy getting there after Christopher Columbus. That's why when I first heard about him, you know, it's my first time learning about him today. I'm like, huh? Who is this? You know? And that's what I said. We really do skim the education in the U.S. We don't go in depth at all. My goodness. It got me sitting here thinking I'm coming into this video already knowing it. You know, I'm presenting it to my fellow Americans. Meanwhile, we all really learning for real. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. Follow my kick for the live streams down below in the description, man. Feel free to subscribe to all my other YouTube channels as well in the description. All my Americans, all my Brits, anybody else coming from another country around the world, let me know. Were you aware of this information already? Were you taught this in school, or was today your first day actually learning about some of these events that actually took place and happened? In the is origination like a word, bro? That just came to my head. I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, a lot of words be coming to my mind which I have never said or heard before. Is origination a word? The origination of America? I gotta look that up. Is origination? It's something so simple. I've never heard nobody say it before. I've never heard something so simple. You see? Origination. That's crazy, bro. And I knew it was a word for it. I just never really said that. I don't know. Well, it had to come to mind for a reason. We're going to get off of that. But that's crazy. Like, I've never heard anybody really say that word. I personally don't even think I've said that word before. It just came to my mind and I said it. I just be unlocking new words. I told y'all, man. Like, that's crazy, man. If y'all enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. I love you all so much. Stay safe. Feel free to share this video and channel to your friends and family members. Anybody else you feel may need some education in their life, please share the video along. This is one of the fun educational ones. I love y'all. Stay safe.